thirsty.
Wow, you really are. You're just checking that. Oh, we should check for sound, for levels. This is me talking.
This is Drew talking.
Well, you don't talk that loud. Just talk normal.
This is me talking. Like this is me talking.
Now you're whispering.
I know. This is me talking.
We're back in studio.
Des, you're just look. We can touch each other. You're not gonna want to.
I don't want to. Oh no, my arm's not long enough. No.
Come on.
I'm really reaching.
Come on.
Oh man, you almost got there.
Get over here, you little so and so.
No, Drewski. Holy cow, we're back in studio.
Oh God,
man.
you know what? I mean this genuinely. I know, Breck. It's very exciting. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
I mean, I've seen you the last couple days.
We have spent nonstop time together.
That's true. We went from not seeing each other for like 10 days to
literally
spending every waking moment together.
Traveling and everything. Holy cow. But yeah, it has been a long time since we've been back in studio. I haven't been back in LA in 2 weeks.
I know, and you haven't sat in that chair in like 2 weeks. I almost was going to say in like 14 days.
Well, that makes sense because I wasn't in LA. Okay. Anyways.
Well, no, but we only filmed one when you were in Denver, but the second one we filmed, you were here, but you were over there.
So I was in this chair.
Not in this corner of the room.
Okay. This is exciting stuff.
A little rusty. We'll get there. We'll get going. We'll pick it up.
Oh my God. Yeah, you guys, we were in Denver. Oh my God, for the Denver Broncos Chiefs game. So we typically do a warm-up, sort of catch up about our week, but leading up to the week, I saw friends, family, and all eyes were on this game, so I don't really have too much.
You met your nephew.
Yes. Was that after or before this last episode? When did I meet? No. Okay, after the episode. Yeah. I met my nephew. And then just babies galore everywhere. Like I turned ahead and there was a baby. There was a baby on the plane.
There were 2 babies. We were surrounded by babies on the plane.
And guess who picked our spot was Drew.
If we just want to get right into that area.
We're going all over.
I walked on the plane first, Southwest, some of the last days that you get to pick your own seats.
Oh, yeah.
And so, well, first of all, I mean, it started way before right as we're getting on the plane, Des goes, do you want middle or do you want window or aisle or whatever?
Yeah, what do you like?
And I'm a big window guy. And so I said I typically like the window. But then I said, if you're sitting at the window and I'm in the middle, I still have the window because I can just reach over and look out the window. But Des was like, no, it's fine. You take the window.
I also said, yeah, I don't care. Well, at first, this was right before we got on the plane. I said, I don't care really what seats, but also you're not looking over me, so you can have window.
That's true.
Whatever, I'll do middle. And then, of course, I have to put in my 2 cents. And this is as we're boarding the plane, right? And so, you walk on the plane, the flight attendant's like, welcome aboard, blah, blah, blah. My go-to thing whenever I go on board is I always ask the flight attendant how full it's going to be. So I always talk to them.
You do that right away?
I do it because I want to know if it's going to be pretty full. And I'm in boarding group B, I'll sit near the front. I won't try and find an aisle window, whatever. Because most of the time in the back, that's when you're going to have full rows. Because everyone's like, oh, I don't want to do middle.
Interesting.
Yeah, dude. So if you don't want to, anyways, we're getting off track. So going by the flight attendant, and it's not because she was there, but I just had to give Drew shit. So I was like, oh, of course, you can have the window. I guess I have no say in whatever happens. And you will absolutely take the window because who am I, right?
It was a little less words than that. But
so we had that moment. And then I look up and Drew's in front of me. I look up at the flight attendant. So he's gone a little past. And I was like, hi, how are you? And she goes, good. I wanted to wait to say hello after that was all done. And I was like, I know this guy, right? And she goes, what did she say? She said something like...
Well, you were like, I was just trying to give him shit. And she was like, I would give him shit too.
Yes, that is what she said.
And again, we don't need to explain it all to you, but Des has to remind me a lot that from strangers outside looking in, we're traveling together. We're hanging out together. We're obviously, according to them, a couple.
But I did say this trip, I think we need to lean into more the sibling thing.
We're brother and sister.
Yeah. I think
we're friends or we're roommates or we're business
No, because
partners.
they still don't understand.
Exactly.
No one understands it. So if we say we're siblings, it's a little bit better. You know what I mean? So anyways, so that was her first interaction, right? So taking the window seat, chivalry is dead, especially if it has to do with Drew. So then...
And again, granted... for everyone watching on YouTube, as you all should, I look like a crazy person right now.
Dude, he looks homeless.
And not on purpose.
Not in a bad way. Jeez.
I look unkempt.
Yes.
So my beard is insane. My hair is crazy. I'm wearing this camo hat. And so we found our seats. Again, not done, well done by me. There was one woman sitting like right in the window area, not the exit row. And then I put my luggage above her because we were going to go sit there. And then I saw an empty row and I was like, oh, I'll go sit over there. So now my carry-on is like 4 rows in front of us.
Which, when I hate when people do that, and not even you, because like you can board off the back in Burbank.
That's the thing.
When people do that on planes, I'm like, this doesn't help anyone.
Yeah.
Because also, think about it. If I'm trying to sit in this row and there's luggage up there from some fool who's 4 rows behind me, you did it accidentally. A lot of people are like, oh, I just leave my luggage up near the front. Well, now the person in the front row has to go all the way back. Mm-hmm. They're going to hold you up. Mm-hmm. I would be like, yeah, sorry, my bag's back there. You guys are going to let me back there, because I'm also very rude.
So anyway, so Des and I make a game plan, and we go, once we can, we're both going to get up, use the bathroom. That way we're not annoying the guy next to us.
Disturb the aisle man.
Exactly. Who was very kind, very quiet.
Yes.
So we get up. Des goes to the back bathroom. I'm walking all the way up to the front bathroom. I walk up, and all the flight attendants are doing their what do you want to drink service, otherwise known as drink service. And so I get up, and the woman who saw mine and Dez's reaction or interaction earlier is standing there, and she looks up, and airplane aisles are this big, tiny. She looks up, and she just very subtly gives me just the slightest attitude and is like, you'll have to give me 1 second. And I was like, yeah, no big deal. Like, it's all good. You're doing your job. So she does a little bit that. Then a woman who needed assistance came out of the bathroom. So then she had to go help her woman back to her seat. Then she's still in the way. She's like, so sorry, sir. Please give me 1 more minute. I was like, of course. So then she finally finds a way to scoot around. I scoot behind her. I was like, thank you so much. Use the bathroom. Then I'm coming back. She's still giving drink service. And so she's like, you have to wait 1 more second, sir. I'm like, of course. Anyway, I was very chill and nice. And then as I walk by, she goes, thank you so much for being so patient. Like, she was surprised that the asshole that wouldn't let what she thought his girlfriend or wife sit wherever she wanted was being considerate and nice. And she was so surprised that fast forward when we got off the plane, we left, and I was like, hey, thank you so much for everything. She looks me like deeply into my eyes, puts her hand on my shoulder and goes, thank you so much for being so patient today, sir. And I was like, you got it.
So literally this trip was multiple moments of, we always say like that little girl that's smiling in front of a burning house is always me. Like, I always do something and I let Drew just like try and figure out how to pick up all the pieces.
Basically.
And yet again, for this flight, basically. But I was also laughing when I was like, yeah, I'm just giving him shit.
Right.
Like, not like we were bickering,
right,
but just giving him shit. But here I go again, just, lighting a house on fire and walking away and letting Drew figure it out. And the flight attendant's like, wow, he's actually a nice guy, I guess.
He must have just been having a tough moment. Little do they know, she's the shit starter.
I am.
She's the chaos causer.
I am. I am. Gladly.
Although, speaking of chaos, real quick, I did almost cause an insane disruption in the Amex lounge.
Yeah, the thing about Drew is he is the clumsiest person I know.
I've almost, and it hasn't happened yet, I will probably this season fall out of this chair.
Yeah, it's unreal how he finds ways to drop things, spill things, fall. It's a whole thing.
Impressive.
So typically, I would say 1 out of every 5 times there's a drink spilled when we are dining.
Des won't let me eat on the couch or drink on the couch.
No, because also when you drink on the couch, we have a middle section that has cup holders. What does Drew do? He puts his drink on the couch armrest, not in the cup holder.
But here's why I do that. Because I don't know why, and I could probably change this, but I sit at just like a slight angle. And so the armrest to my left is just perfect reach space. The cup holder to my right, it like is all the way kind of behind me in a weird way. And so actually, there have been times where I put it in the cup holder and my elbows come back and I've almost hit the drink and broken it and knocked everything over. So
but
I
it's
actually
in
think
a holder.
I know, but it's Des.
Oh my God.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. we're Rainbow Road through and through right now.
We are. But also, to be fair, the story is he spilled the drink. I saved it as per usual. Almost spilled all over the guy sitting right next to us. Did he turn at all?
He didn't notice even a little bit.
No, we saved the day. That's basically it. Is Drew, unless you wanted to add.
No, I mean, the only thing I'd like to add is they were 2 pretty full drinks, and Des
I saved
all of it.
I said no beer is being wasted on my watch.
Beer mimosas, technically.
Beer mimosas, yes. Add the little splash of
OJ in the morning.
And I almost...
Well, not morning.
It was 11. It was noon.
I know, but I'm just... we do it very rarely. It's not like every morning I'm like cracking open a Coors Light and an orange juice.
Lately, it feels like it. Like, I got back from...
Man.
I know, I got back from this trip and I was like, all I want is like iceberg lettuce, maybe a papaya for some stomach health.
We went to the MX Lounge and they have a spread of like a bunch of stuff. Des and I both just got giant plates of salad.
Giant plates of salads. I need a leaf. We were also trying to plan today's Rainbow Road, today's episode, and we were just like, listen, because we were at the game and traveling, it was so hard to keep up with everything going on in the league.
Yep.
We did watch the Dolphins game, but I mean, obviously watch the Broncos, but nothing else really.
Who cares? I'm a diehard Dolphins fan. I would much rather talk about the Chiefs Dolphins game.
Chiefs-Broncos.
Chiefs-Broncos game than the Commanders Dolphins Spain game.
But we will talk about it.
We will, very rarely.
So I think some people are like, wow, we're 15 minutes in and have we really talked about sports? No, because we wanted to talk about our adventures anyways.
But speaking of adventures and sports, Des and I have so many adventures
at the game. So we might as well start like, well, I was going to say morning of watching the Dolphins, I guess. Just get out. Should we? No. Let's just go the Broncos.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you want to talk about the Dolphins like in...
No, we're
Broncos.
Yeah,
okay.
we're Broncos.
Okay,
out.
we're going to skip over.
We watched the Dolphins game in the morning. We'll talk about that at some point.
Okay, cool. We did talk about the layout prior to this, and I am swerving right now.
Rainbow Road does.
Yes, Rainbow Road. So either way, what was cool about Mountain Time, we only had to wake up at 7, not 6 a.m.
Exactly.
So that was one pleasantry. So we get to the Broncos game. We get there early to get some content.
I finished watching the Dolphins game on my phone as we were walking around in Vesco.
In Power Field. Yes. It wasn't too far, though. Like you probably finished like 10 minutes after. Yeah. We got there. We hit up some tailgates. What I love about the Broncos community is like whenever I am in Denver, I try and see as many people as I can. So we got to see a lot of people I know online. Most of them I had met. Some of them I have just met on Sunday, which was really cool. We got to watch the Broncos players walk in, you guys, which was my first time ever doing it. Have you ever?
Done it too. No, it was really cool.
What we got there at 11?
We probably
15
we stood there for an hour. I think 11:15 or so.
11:15 probably. So I mean, for those who don't know, obviously the players have to walk in the stadium, but it's always a show. Like the thing is, it's the players, that's when they get their shots. So when you see like them all swagged out, fashioned to a T, that's when they're getting the shots. Because obviously you have to get in the stadium somehow, right?
You do have to. Unless you're Sean Payton or George Payton,
which we saw both of them drive in. I saw George Payton.
Yeah, we didn't see Sean.
I didn't see Sean
but
Payton.
Yeah, George and Sean apparently just drive right in. And apparently I heard Elway used to do that too. Elway would drive in.
That's a bummer.
Well, it was also way before. No, there's no Instagram. I don't think anyone was caring about like people walking.
Photos.
No.
Yeah, but it's as someone who does content and also is an actor. I don't know about you. I think we sort of mentioned this. I could tell because there's a gate where the cars are. So once the gate opens, that's when you start to see the player enter. You could see the players turn on,
like get into character.
Yeah, because like a lot of them would pull out their phone and be looking at their phone.
Yep.
And then once they hit a certain mark, which is what you call it, they would look up at the camera. Sometimes not even, or they'd look straight ahead. Did you notice that?
Oh, I did. And I also wanted... Des was a lot better than me, but like you think you know these players, but you see them either with helmets on or like jerseys. That helps a lot knowing who they are. Yeah. And you see them in person and you're like, who is that?
I legit saw PS2. We saw Patrick Surtain.
I
was like,
think you were going to admit this on camera.
But it's because I malfunctioned when I was there because it's so weird following these players. And like, I've seen them at training camp. So it's not like the first time I'm seeing them in person. But I malfunctioned. I was like, oh my God, Cortland Sutton. And Drew looks at me. He's like, no,
it wasn't me. It was someone else.
Oh, someone else?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, that's Patrick Surtain. And I was like, I'm not a Broncos fan. Like, it was so confusing.
Sutton and PS2.
They're both faces of the franchise.
On either end of the ball.
And what's crazy is we saw Sutton walk in.
As we were walking up, we heard everyone scream, Cortland Sutton.
So we saw him walk in. So the fact that I immediately was like, we're seeing Sutton again. I think I blacked out because I was seeing all of these players.
And we were close.
Can we talk about kids?
I mean, Des was going to murder a kid. And I was close.
But come on. I blame the mom, dude.
It was the dad. I didn't see where the mom... Was the mom there too?
The mom. I kept giving you looks. Well, it's fine. I'll explain on the podcast. So you're trapped. That's what we felt like. We felt like people looking... No, they would be the zoo animals. I was like, I felt like a zoo animal.
We were being herded, though.
Yeah. So anyways, you're standing at the gate, so you can't go tackle the players. And obviously kids have to be in front because that's what you do as adults now.
And they're shorter, they can't see. But
barely
also Des is shorter and can't see.
I couldn't see over the child standing in front of me.
He wasn't standing. He was doing a push-up on top of the gate.
Yeah.
And he's wearing one of those dumb oversized hats.
I hate those hats so much.
He'd stand on it, then he would push up. Then he would push up so much that his feet weren't even touching the thing. And the kid was wearing a giant hat. I'm like, my boy's top heavy. I was just wanting him to just boom, fall over. And he kept screaming, sign my flag, sign my flag. No one did.
No one did.
And oh darn.
Yes, but this was after his mom. That's the thing. His mom was the one encouraging him, like, yell after him, hey, sign it for the kids, sign it for the kids. If you looked at any of these players, they're getting ready for the biggest game in a decade. And you want these players to sign it for your scrappy little kid. Your stupid little kid. I swear if they swerved and signed anything, which to be fair, one of our friends did get his hat signed, which was pretty cool. I forgot who he said by. I think it was PJ Locke. But either way, I didn't see any of these players sign anything besides that one little area. It was like right when they were entering in. One
of them did go further down from us to the left and sign a couple things. Well,
that's where my friend was standing.
Yeah, justice was served. Where the little kid was, they didn't go, but they went just a little bit further down and signed some stuff.
So there was on the opposite side of us, there was like a couple kids over there that a lot of the players were stopping by and signing. And the mom, she was like, hey, shouting to who? I don't know. I think the photographers. Hey, how do we get over there? Blah, blah, blah. How do we get over there? Turns out they're the Make-A-Wish kids.
Yeah, so chill the F out.
Literally, it was insane. So kids are products of their parents. And whenever kids are a nightmare, I immediately look to their parents. And they're typically encouraging it. And I saw that front, hand, and center. Anyways, that's my tangent on kids.
For today, at least.
For today. And I would say don't have them, but everyone I know is having them. So I can't stand that.
What I do think was cool, though, is we saw a lot of really cool people. We saw Singleton. We saw Mims.
Which I love seeing Singleton.
Yeah, and Singleton went straight to the Make-A-Wish kids.
Yes.
It was really cool.
And just another shout out to Singleton. We touched on this last week. But the fact that he had surgery a week and a day and then was walking in the stadium, smile on his face.
Looked perfect.
He looked amazing. Yeah. He is the captain of our team for a reason. And also he's slated to possibly come back after the bye.
That's awesome.
I know. So Singleton, go ahead.
We saw Singleton, we saw Quinn Miners, we saw Garrett Bowles, we saw a lot of really cool people.
I don't think we saw
Bowles.
Did we see Miners?
Oh, no, maybe we didn't see Miners. We saw Bowles.
Didn't. Yeah.
So we saw a lot of really, really cool people. When we got there, we had heard that we missed Bo.
Yeah.
We missed...
Because he's first in, obviously.
I guess he's which is awesome.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
Long story short, obviously some of you are already thinking this and wondering, were we going to be able to see Nik Bonitto?
Nik Bonitto.
And so we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting, and it's getting closer to feeling like we might not see him. So like we said, we got there 11:15. Is there a bird outside? Do you keep hearing that? Doesn't matter. Do you hear that?
Yeah, it's fine, but we gotta keep going.
I know, it's fine. So, squirrel. So I was like, I'll hang out as long as you want. Like, we gotta see your boy if we can. Des gives us an ultimatum. She says we will leave at noon. And if we see him, we see him. And if we don't, we don't. Around that same time, I also didn't mention, we saw Jeremy Crawshaw. For those of you who follow, we saw Jeremy Crawshaw. And Des and I did
We did the chant. We did
chant
the
to him.
Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. And he smiled.
He did smirk. He had a little smirk. And if you were watching on Sportsball, you didn't see it.
On the Instagram.
I can't film. You know what? Actually, we're going to blame him again. You know what my dumb phone did focus on?
It focused on that stupid kid's hat.
The dumb hat.
So, yeah, stupid kid.
Stupid kid.
Anyways.
So we saw Crawshaw. We gave him the Ausie 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 chant. It was awesome. So we're going to have our ultimatum. We're going to leave at noon. We're going to do all the tailgate stuff. What happens at 11:59?
My heart's
Gate
racing.
opens. The wind stops. The sun comes out even brighter than. By the way, it was so freaking hot.
It was so hot.
And the gate swings open, and who does? And Des kept saying this at the very beginning. You could see like where the players park. It's like gated off. It's like meshed fence, but you could see shadows. And Des was like confident, and I believe her that she knows Nik Bonitto's walk.
I do, because he's such a chill guy.
Yeah.
He walks slow. He's been interviewed. He does a lot of things slow, and it's so funny to
Except
me.
play football.
Exactly. He is a very slow guy, walks slow, takes his time. So I was looking for that. And then what do I see? I see a slow walk, and I go, oh my God, I think this is it. I think this is it.
The gate opens, and he was swagged out. He looked good.
So good. Nik
And
BAEnitto.
so we were gonna leave at noon, 11:59. He knew.
walked through.
He knew. He's like,
He
my girl
walked
Des
through.
is waiting there.
Yeah. So I actually didn't scream.
You were in shock.
I was shocked.
I looked over and you were kind of short circuiting.
My breath left, and I was like, "Look, it's Cortland Sutton." No, it was unreal. I'm so happy we got to see him. Like, literally, I'm like tearing up thinking about it. And I'm so happy we did it. Like, would I do it every time I go to a game? No. It just, I mean, you got to be part of the tailgate experience. There's so many things to do when you go to these games. So I'm so happy we got to do it.
And then Des was like, we're good. And then she punched the kid and we left.
No, I drop kicked him.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
there's a Christmas sweater we want to get.
Rainbow Road.
And it says, I would drop kick a kid for a Diet Coke right now. And I agree. I agree.
You know what? She didn't even need the Diet Coke. She just drop kicked him just for fun.
Because he almost got in the way of me and
I wanted him
BAEnitto.
to fall off that dumb
That
fence
dumb
so badly.
fence.
Because then he would have fallen. He would have gotten hurt, and security would have kicked him out anyway.
Yeah, so we like kids.
Des did Rainbow Road. Des was like doing cute little faces to the kid in front of us on the plane.
Which-
baby.
Shocking. Like 5 months old, I think we
Yeah.
asked later. But I think because one, my heart grew 10 sizes bigger once I held my nephew for the first time. I think that's a big step. Like now I get what babies are, right? You just hold
She didn't
them.
know what they were before.
No, I'm still not standing holding. I still always have to be sat and hold it, you know, him. But this baby sitting in front of us was almost crying, and right in between the seats, you could see I was making eye contact. So there's no better power or feeling when a baby's about to cry and you get him to stop.
Especially after Des held her nephew for the first time, and the second he got into her arms, he immediately started crying.
He immediately cried, and I said, "Yep, this makes sense." So all good things. So. Okay, after we saw the players, went around to tailgates.
I saw, like, we left.
Oh my God, your Dolphins friends.
We left the players area. We were walking for maybe 45 seconds. And I looked to my left, and there's like 4 people all like decked out in Dolphin stuff. Not just like a shirt or a hat. Jerseys, hats, socks, like all of it. And
Dolphins gear.
All Dolphins gear. And I immediately look and I see Des, and then I look back at them, and I immediately
Like a salmon swimming upstream.
Or a
Drew has his
dolphin.
hand up to his head, literally, and they are not looking at him. He's wearing a PS2 jersey. He's wearing a Denver hat because we said if you're going, you're wearing Broncos stuff.
And I was all for that.
So these Dolphins fans see someone running at them full speed,
Looking like
with a hand on top,
eyes wide open.
wide, and finally they're like, "Oh, he's one of us. Oh, okay, he's
And I was
safe."
like, fins up, I'm undercover. And then I showed them the one thing I did wear secretly. I did have my
socks.
Dolphin socks on.
The socks. So they were there scouting out for when the Dolphins and the Broncos play next year, which you guys, it's going to be a big year for Sportzball next
Because
year.
We do know the schedule. We know to a certain extent that we will play the AFC East will play the AFC West. And we do know that the Broncos Dolphins game will be a Broncos home game. We don't know when that'll be yet, but
big stuff happening.
We will be there for sure.
Big stuff.
So we met these guys. Apparently they like scout out all the different stadiums. They rent out a certain spot of the parking lot, do a tailgate. So we've already made that connection.
So Drew will be there next year. But I mean, overall tailgate was great.
Yep.
We met up with our friends. Shout out Amber and Johnny. We went to the game with them. I've known them since I was, I think, 14, 15.
And I've known them since Sunday.
And Drew's like best friends now with them.
Coolest.
Aren't they the coolest? Kindest
and
people.
Coolest people. Like truly the biggest shout out to Amber and Johnny.
I need everyone to know Amber and Johnny.
Yeah,
okay?
everyone shout them out.
Amber and Johnny. So we went to the game with them. So the first thing, we obviously had to go in, get some drinks. And we did. Oh, right here, for the audio crew. It's a what is this?
A cooler. Like a
cooler.
Big, like you know the Gatorade coolers that they dump on coaches after the Super Bowl? It's that, but like 80 times. It's a personal
tiny
drink
cup. And you would think the spout works. It doesn't.
Yeah, they have the little spout where you would get the Gatorade if it was normal size, but it's there for decoration.
Isn't that so cute? This came out this year.
Aren't they so cute?
They're so cute. So
have
we got that.
Have a little sippy do.
Oh, I feel really weird you watching me do this right now. Let's never do that again.
Tasty.
Let's never do that again.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so now it's time for the game, right? Do we just talk about the game now and then continue of our experience after?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, so much happened, and we'll probably get into it while we're talking about it. I mean, real quick, this was happening towards the end of the game, but another thing that happened with Des and children is so we'll do this right real quick. We got people in our section to do the Ausie 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 chant.
Yes, big stuff, you guys. One thing that we really suffer on is actually doing it every time he punts. Yeah, I forget a lot.
No, I wouldn't say you forget. I will give you credit. And I want to just shout out Des for this in general. Des is a giant Broncos fan, but she also now has an obligation to her followers for Dummies and for Sportzball to get a lot of content. The amount of times that Des is on her phone getting content while also watching the game is incredibly impressive. And so sometimes we missed a punt because Des is working. But we did miss a couple punts.
The cross-eye bear. So we did yell Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. And a lot of people in our section, we heard it echoing.
Oi, oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
And like the first time we did it, like 4 people did it, but like half the section, because we were in the very back of the row that we were in.
The section,
but with like the first time we did it, a couple people were like, the hell? And then we got them all into it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say we did it, but last week, Crawshaw, not the best game. This week, killer game. Just booting punts down the field.
Booting. And I don't think I did the chant once when I was in Denver without you.
That's true. So anyway, we did that enough times that the mom of this like 7 or 8 year old looks behind and goes, hey, it's my daughter's birthday and you're really good at starting chants.
You're really, really loud.
And like, yeah, powerful.
And commanding.
Yeah. Could you get the whole section to sing happy birthday to my daughter?
Whole section. And Drew was like, of course. And I was like, oh, fucking A, dude. No. Because when it's... Okay. Rainbow Road. This was the loudest I've ever heard the stadium ever going to Broncos games. And even Sean Payton said after, he said, respectfully to all the fans, I have never heard it as loud as it was until this game. Also, Cody Rourke, part of Lockdown Broncos, connection, like friends with him. I was watching his stories, and the water bottle, when the Chiefs had the ball, the water was shaking. Legit Jurassic Park. And he said this was every third down. The stadium was roaring. And then when the Broncos had the ball, silence. Like, if I spoke to Drew to the side, the people 3 rows up could hear me. That's how quiet it was, how drastic the difference is. So Drew decides to say, yeah, we'll sing happy birthday to this bozo kid. And I was like, just kidding.
She was lovely.
She was actually lovely.
She had her face painted. Her name was Zara, and she was celebrating a birthday.
Drew's a much kinder person.
Bozo kid, my God. Shout out Zara. Happy birthday.
I know. What if she finds this one day and she's like,
well, you gave the mom our card, so she very well might.
Ma'am, you were so kind. Oh, no, this is not going well. I'm already turning against our fans. I totally forgot. She might be a Sportzballer now.
Kid? I'm so sorry, ma'am. You have a beautiful family.
Ma'am, just so you know, I hate kids. It's part of the bit. You
not
have a
doing
very
any
nice
better.
kid. Okay, I don't hate your kid. All right. We sing happy birthday.
We sang happy birthday. It was great. I high-fived Zara a bunch.
Yeah, it was
Everything
great.
was lovely.
Yeah, I think we did it on commercial break, technically.
Yeah.
Because I was like, we can't do it any other time.
Right now.
Yeah, and then Drew just yelled it. Yeah.
I did. So, anyway.
Okay.
The game.
Are we ready to talk football? It's been half an hour.
Let's talk some FB.
Let's talk some FB. So, you guys, I cannot overemphasize how much this was a must-win game for the Chiefs and how much this was like an okay win for the Broncos, but we didn't need this. The Broncos fan base needed this, but the Broncos at 8-2 didn't really need this.
The football team at 8-2 didn't need this. I would argue the Broncos as a team and as a unit against the Chiefs needed this.
Copy. Yes, that is a great, way better way of putting it. And I think that's how a lot of people saw this, though. It's on paper, Broncos are 8-2. If they dropped to 8-3, okay, whatever. But the Chiefs dropped to 5-5. Yeah. That is drastic for them. So a lot of people were saying the Chiefs have got this. Okay, couple of things. Vegas slayed them at a 59.8% chance to win. Andy Reid was 22-4 after bye weeks. The Chiefs were coming off of bye week. Andy Reid, 22 wins after bye weeks, only 4 losses. Now make it 5. Mahomes was 6-1 after bye weeks. He's only ever lost 1 game after a bye week. Make it 2. The NFL Network, it's if you're a Broncos fan, everyone knows our man Adam Rank. He always chooses the Broncos. And guess what? The entire NFL Network, out of 8 analysts, all chose the Chiefs to win. He was the only one that chose the Broncos to win.
And shout out Adam Rank, he was the only one to pick the Broncos during the Eagles game.
Yep.
And my boy Adam is now 2-0 when everyone else doesn't pick the Broncos.
Exactly. So it was an unreal time. And I was listening, I don't remember where I heard this, but basically we were talking about how Chiefs and Broncos are a rivalry. And for years, yeah, you could say we're rivals, but the Chiefs have owned us. It's not a rivalry if you can't measure up. You cannot like the Chiefs, but we're not a rivalry. Now, finally, the Chiefs and Broncos are rivalries. And it's so funny because you always forget about the Chargers. And technically we are rivalries because they do good and we do good. But for so long, the Chiefs were we're going to win. They had 16 consecutive wins until, get this, Sean Payton comes in. Real quick about Payton. Let me see, I wrote this down. All right. Payton comes in 2023. We are 8-9. Okay. We got an 8-9 record. This is with Russell Wilson. We are 3rd in the AFC West. We give Russ Wilson the boot. 2024. We get to 10-7. Still 3rd in the AFC West. Last year was a killer season for everyone. 2025. We are now 9-2. 1st in the West. Bo Nix, besides 1 blocked field goal, Bo Nix is undefeated against the Chiefs. Undefeated against the Chiefs. That's and he's not, but he's 3-1.
Might as well be.
Yes. Yeah. No, 2-1. Because that would have been the 3rd time he's played them.
Yes.
There we go. It's unreal what Nix has done, and I don't give Payton a lot of crap, but I do some. He's not my favorite person. But my God, what he's done to this organization, and mind you, what the Broncos are doing right now, we still are paying Russell Wilson, $32 million right now. $32 million. What are we... And we're this good right now. What are we going to do once we have that money to sign? What else do we need? I mean, we have our best defensive player out right now, PS2. Alex Singleton was leading with tackles. J.K. Dobbins, top 5 rusher in the NFL right now, all out this game. And we went in and we beat a team that has owned us for the past decade. We have now beat the last 2 teams in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs and the Eagles. We beat the Eagles at home. What is happening right now in Broncos country? You guys have to understand, we have not been here in more than a decade. All right, the last time that we won 8 straight wasn't even in our Super Bowl season. It was in 2012.
My God.
It's been 13 years that we've won 8 straight in a row. We have won 6. We're 6-0 at home. We're undefeated. We've won 11 straight at home. So people that go to Mile High to watch games or season tickets, they have not seen a loss in over 11 games. Okay, it's absolutely bonkers. So, I'm hyped up.
Take a breath.
Well, all right. Do you want to add anything, and then I'll just keep ranting?
I mean, the one thing that I want to say about this game specifically, that people were giving Bo Nix a lot of crap, and they've been giving him a lot of crap.
Ooh, yeah.
And to be fair, he hasn't played the best at times, and the offense hasn't been gelling at times. I think he is a small reason. I think, again, I've said it before and I'll say it again, him and Sean Payton are not on the same page a lot of the times, and I think there's that. I think getting a running game going, when the running game is going, the passing game doesn't seem to go, and even vice versa. The one small knock with J.K. Dobbins out, we didn't have the best rushing game ever, the Broncos. But what I will say is, people always say this, I think Bo Nix has that clutch gene. The guy doesn't lose, and he makes the big plays when he needs to. These big, that 3rd and 14 pass that he passed to Cortland Sutton, giant 3rd down, nailed it. He had some dimes to Troy Franklin and to the rookie,
Pat Bryant.
Pat Bryant. He had some dimes to Pat Bryant, dimes to Troy Franklin. At the very beginning of the game, I kept going back to this. He had a dime to Troy Franklin that went straight through Franklin's hands.
I know.
And it does suck because one of the things people will say is Franklin drops a lot of balls. And he dropped a couple, but he also had some massive catches this game. But the one thing that I want to say, talking about all the players that are out, obviously PS2 is out. The best defensive player in the league. And so a lot of people target Riley Moss, has the most pass interferences in the league. So many BS calls. He had one pass interference call this game. That was kind of a pass interference, but it doesn't matter.
But the other one was not PI.
Here's the thing. The first 2 possessions of the Chiefs, Mahomes just aired out balls down the field to whoever Riley Moss was guarding. And because he knew, and they weren't great throws. They were kind of just like whatever throws. And I'm almost positive that the game plan was we're going to get PI calls. They weren't even passes deep to get like possessions and catches. It was just, let's just get PI calls. And you know what? They didn't happen because Riley Moss had a great game. He had a great game. And the fact that was the game plan of the defiant dynasty Chiefs was to hope and pray on the refs and penalties. That's Bush League type stuff. And it's not confirmed that that's what's happening. But
I was like, you're really...
That's my take. It felt like the first 2 possessions, there were 3 deep balls. None of them were caught, and none of them looked like great throws. They were just, let's get a PI, and they didn't get it. So suck it, Mahomes. Suck it, Andy Reid.
Yeah!
Suck it, Taylor Swift. Does anyone know? No, she's great.
She's great. And you were kidding. I know you don't feel this, but as Sportzballers, guys, let's get away from. I hate when the hate goes towards the significant other. Yes. And then as a woman, obviously, I'm going to stand up for my girlies. But like, even if it's like a girl does something, it's like, oh, look at him, like blah blah. It's like, no, let's keep the hate. On the players,
and that's not what I was saying.
No,
and
you're
also,
not. You're not.
To be fair, I like the big thing last year when they were like, "Oh, get Taylor Swift off the screen." Do you know how much higher the ratings and the viewership was the last couple of years with Taylor Swift watching? You're an NFL fan. You want your sport to grow, and if you're a business and something has growth potential, they're going to show it. So it's not her fault that the cameras keep going to her. So chill out.
I know. She kept being like, stop showing me, please.
I know.
It's the whole thing.
So anyway.
Okay. The last couple of things I do want to say about this game. So, of course, if you remember, because I try and black it out, last year, the Broncos were 1 block field goal away from beating the Chiefs. Okay. All right. Lutz comes out. He's on the 35-yard line. He goes to kick it, and the Chiefs block it.
Miracle.
They
needed a miracle to beat the Broncos in Kansas City
City. All right. It's now the 4th quarter, 2025. Fast forward another year. All right. What happens? Bo Nix, by the way, he has, what is he? He has the most 4th quarter comebacks by any player in his first 2 seasons in NFL history.
What did I say? Clutch. Bo Nix is clutch.
5 game-winning drives. He got nearly 300 yards against the Chiefs. And that's also the thing, is people used to hate on Brady. I mean, Mahomes. Everyone was, last year, the Chiefs would always win last second. How did they do this? They're not that great. How do they have I said this last year. They don't have the record that is actually reflecting what they're playing. But after all, a win's a win. And you got to come up clutch in these situations. And that's the thing. Rainbow Road is like, literally, I'm so sick of people being like, Nix isn't it. It's like, He continuously over and over has shown up, has gotten us to where we need. The only 2 losses we have, he wasn't involved in it. Yes, he got us to the end, but it was special teams out there and some crappy calls, whatever. That's what you need to do as a quarterback, is get them to the end. Okay, anyways, Will Lutz, 35-yard line. Guess what? It's 19-19. It is tied just like last year. Will Lutz comes out, he sees, and he goes, "Hello, old friend." The 35-yard line.
Yeah, the 35-yard line.
When we meet again.
Yeah, against the Chiefs.
The stadium's silent. Silent. I'm not breathing.
No.
He goes to kick it. Straight down the middle. The goal ball's in. Will Lutz wins another Broncos game. Everyone rushes the field, and the Broncos are now 9-2, and the Chiefs dynasty is over. The screams, the cheers. It was just like that, right,
just
Drew?
like that. I closed my eyes. I was there again.
Holy cow.
Even though your call was a bit more like a horse race call. And he's coming down the middle.
Guys, I just want to announce a football game. It's going to be so good. That's all I know. And last but not least, speaking of Lutz, Big Nuts Lutz.
Big nuts Lutz.
8 game-winning field goals, which is the most game-winning field goals. All right? That is the most game-winning field goals. He has 8 game-winning field goals for any kicker. That's the stat I saw the Broncos put up.
For the Broncos, maybe.
Since 2023. I didn't finish reading.
That can't be right.
That
can't be right.
Okay, hang on. Yeah. Since 2023. So that's like Achilles' heel. I just don't finish reading what I wrote.
Fine. I'm just like,
totally fine.
Yeah.
I was like, what did I say? You know what? The Chargers lost.
No. The Chargers didn't lose. The Chargers got annihilated. The Chargers got embarrassed. The Chargers got obliterated.
Yes, the Chargers, absolutely everything Drew just said. The Chiefs lost. The Raiders lost. The Broncos are the only one to win in the AFC West.
We were also talking about this. We can't figure out how much of a game lead they have on these teams. I mean, we can read it, but it doesn't make any sense. But what we've read is that they have a 3.5 game win. No, they have a 3.5 game lead on the Chiefs.
And a 2 game lead on the Chargers.
And a 2 game, two. Jesus Christ.
Yes, I know. And also going into this, if you guys are like, talk about other teams. No, this is a Broncos podcast today. But last but not least that I want to say about the stats and whatnot and where the Broncos are, we're going into our bye week on a high. Jonathan Cooper was interviewed after the game. He's like, how are you guys feeling? What do you have to say to everyone doubting you? I mean, everyone keeps thinking you guys are still frauds and you don't deserve this. Jonathan Cooper, he goes, who we scared of? Ain't got to be scared of nobody. That's right, Jonathan Cooper. You ain't scared of nobody when you're number 1 in the NFL, baby, and that's where the Broncos are.
Oh, wow, we forgot to do this.
We gotta switch my record to my record because I did this for the Broncos. Yep. We got a 9-2, baby, the best record in the NFL.
Dolphins are 4-7. That's fine. Just leave it at that. 2 game win streak, though.
That's right. You got a 4-7, bro. Might get to 6.
Ooh.
6-7, baby.
6-7. All right.
So that's what's super exciting about the Broncos. Do you have much
You want to talk about Trautman? Trautman's quote?
Yeah. It's great. So Trautman, he had a quote. He was asked after the game, like the whole narrative around Bo Nix. And this is, quote, what Adam Trautman said. And don't worry, I'll finish reading, actually, this what I wrote. So this will be helpful. He goes, Dragon Slayer 69 with his 7-Eleven Slurpee in his mom's basement. I don't give a shit what he has to say. And then Marvin Mims retweeted that or reposted that and was like, big believer over here. So
shots fired.
Dragon Slayer 69. Good thing I'm not in my basement, my mom's basement, and I have been rooting for Bo and putting out videos, and people keep hating. So they hate ya because they want to beat ya.
That's not what they say.
Is exactly what they say about me and the Broncos and Drew, which technically you are winning. People could hate you.
People don't hate me because it's like the same thing. They
feel bad. They sort of give you a pat on the
head,
like, how are you doing?
Little guy.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was the Broncos stats. Anything else about the game that we could talk about our adventure after, and then we got to get to the league.
I know. No, I mean, I was thinking about talking about this, but like, whatever. This is why we love sports. I told Des this after the game. I got a little emotional during the game.
Yeah.
I got a little teary-eyed, and
right.
it didn't have to do with the game. I mean, like the actual scores and the game, but there was a moment during one of the timeouts or in between quarters or something where they sang "Country Roads" by John Denver, and isn't that who sings that song?
Keep going.
I'm pretty sure it is. I really hope it is.
Take me home.
So anyway, they sing "Country Road." The whole stadium sings "Country Road."
John Denver.
Oh, thank God. The whole stadium sings "Country Road." The one part that if I was from West Virginia, I would be kind of peeved if I was at a Broncos game because they change it. They don't say West Virginia. They go Colorado.
Which by John Denver makes more sense.
I know, it makes more sense. But anyway, so this is happening. The entire stadium is singing. I'm looking around. The cheerleaders are doing their little pom-pom dance. All the players are... Well, the players weren't doing anything. They were like getting water and talking about the next play. But everyone else was like freaking out. And I just got a little emotional because I remembered what felt like not that long ago, 4 or 5 years ago, these stadiums were empty. We were all stuck in our homes, afraid to see each other. We didn't know if we would ever have live sports again and see each other. And this stadium was packed. We're all next to each other. There's no masks. And everyone was just having a beautiful moment. And I was like, this is why we love sports. And this is why we love community. And it was beautiful. And I just got a little emotional. It didn't have anything to do with the 5 shots I had at the tailgate and the 2 beers I was drinking at the game. It had nothing to do with that. There was free
Fireball. All right, guys.
Hot Fireball, by the way.
It was hot Fireball. So
not my favorite.
If you want to see Drew Cry play "Take Me Home," Country Roads
by John Denver.
So
anyway, it was just a cool moment. I just got really happy, and then the Broncos won, and I got even happier. So.
Yes. And so after the game, vibes were high. Mm-hmm. We had to get out of here.
I forgot about that.
And this will be the last thing I'll talk about. And then we'll get into the Dolphins. But we were like, okay, we got to get out of here. We got to get to this bar to watch the Sunday night game.
Meet up with our friends Evan and Alex.
Yeah,
Ev
Zaddy, who is Ravens one,
yep.
You know. Anyway, so we were like, okay, let's find scooters. One of the hardest things to do, but we were like, you know what? It's going to take us quite a while to walk there. So we decided to go live.
And if anyone, for all the...
I think there were like...
12 people that watched it.
12 people that caught it.
And if you didn't, you may or may not see it again, but...
It was just so unhinged. We were riding high. We danced.
There was this like
screamed.
sweet drum line going on underneath one of these like bridges, so it was like echoing. I mean, look... Des and I, we deleted it after that because you're done going live, it's like, do you want to post this as a reel on your like hard page, or do you want to delete it and have no one ever see the evidence ever again? So we decided to delete it. We were like, this can't be seen again, and yet we found it.
Yeah, we found it
this morning.
We might
edit it that.
But I say that I think we should go live more after games
for sure.
We won't be as inebriated, but I think we can.
Our boys here. So that sounds like a chainsaw.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a leaf blower. I think it's a chainsaw outside.
Anyway.
So that was fun. And we found bikes. I fell. My phone fell. It was a disaster.
Threw herself in front of a Jeep.
Well, I'm trying to guide us. So I'm riding a bike with one hand and the phone slips out of my hand because we're turning. I look behind. It was all slow motion. It lands right in front of this car. But also these cars are going like 2 miles an hour as we're all trying to get out of the stadium. But I see it coming close to my phone. I threw the bike down so fast, so hard. And I was like, no. Because all my footage is on that phone. Everything I love dear is on that photo, right? And I said, take me instead. It didn't. The car literally stopped as soon as he saw me get off the bike and throw. He's like, this woman's crazy. So it was a journey afterwards. So
one of my favorite parts of that is when we were trying to get out of the stadium. There's so many people walking around, bike lanes, sidewalks, streets, doesn't matter. It's just a mass of people. And there were a couple times where Des was struggling to get the seat to be the right height.
It wouldn't go any lower, and I couldn't reach the ground.
And so Des was a little wobbly at times. But my favorite part was every once in a while, there's just a mass of people, and then you hear this ding, 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 ding. And Des is just like, I'm on this bike, get out of the way. and was just loving the bell on this bike and was just like ding ding and then like almost falling and then like swerving through people. The amount of times we had to get off of our bike to go up onto a sidewalk and like carry it over the curb and then get off the sidewalk back into the street.
Uber, you need to make bikes more conducive to short people, okay? I'm going to file a complaint because I can't reach the ground. So that's what I have to say about.
Unless you want to sponsor us, in which case your product is great.
Yeah, in which case I never said any of that.
But my favorite little side bit on that is Des on her Broncos for Dummies account on one of the reels. Someone commented and goes, "Did I see you riding a bike away from the stadium?" Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Yep. So you saw me fall. I got it. Cool. Yeah. So that's
but we made it.
Cool.
We made it to the end. Well, to the bar. It was a blast.
It was a blast. We had a great time in Denver.
Shout out Evan and Alex. Shout out Johnny and Amber. Shout out my dad for driving us to the airport.
Yeah. Shout out everyone. So we're so happy. I'm happy to be back in studio, talking the game. And I'm glad, but glad that we took this much time talking about our experience and
for sure.
Just the Broncos in general, because it's electric in Broncos country right now. So all with that being said, you have 2 minutes to talk about your Dolphins. Just kidding. Let's talk about your Dolphins.
Dolphins. All the way to Madrid, España. And a lot of firsts. This was the very first game. In the NFL to be played in Spain. Which means the Dolphins were the very first team to win a game in the NFL. Which means the Dolphins were the first team to win a game in overtime in the NFL. We were the first team to have an interception in the NFL. We were the first. I mean, whatever. I could go on and on.
Your thing. You were the first team to score points in Madrid. I thought that was like the coolest first. But you did the interception
panicked and I
thing.
couldn't remember if that was true.
Yes, it was 3-0.
We were the very. Yeah, we kicked in a we kicked a field goal. Good God. And so whatever, the game was fine. It was a pretty boring game. Like if you weren't a fan of the Commanders or the Dolphins, it was a pretty boring game. Like almost all international games tend to just be
the worst,
boring.
Dude. They're the worst.
McDaniel went for it on fourth down when he had the opportunity to do something. I can't remember. It was either tie or go up. It was 7:30 in the morning. I don't remember. But some of the things that I do want to talk about with this game, I mean, Devon Achane had another... Achane's 120 rushing yards on 21 carries, plus another 45 receiving yards. Tua was fine, 14 for 20, 171 yards. No interceptions this game.
Wow.
But also no touchdowns. So, but what I want to talk about, which was awesome... Jack Jones had the game-sealing interception, intercepted it in overtime, which meant that was the Commanders' possession in an OT. So all the Dolphins had to do was kick a field goal, won the game, and they
Amazing.
Did. So it's pretty cool. But what we found out after the game is Dolphins linebacker Jordan Brooks said that Jack Jones told him moments earlier that he was going to come up with the interception, making that moment a lot cooler, said Brooks. Brooks said that Jack Jones's exact words were, "You all stop the run. He's going to throw to me. He's going to throw the ball to me because he can't throw." And then, and then he got it.
Marcus Mariota catching strays, bro.
Catching strays, which I thought Mariota had a fairly good game. I think he's having a pretty good game.
He's doing well.
What I did see what was really, really cool, I don't know if this was the very first time, but Marcus Mariota and Tua are both Hawaiian. And I don't know if it was the first time that two Hawaiian quarterbacks played each other.
Interesting.
But what I thought was really interesting is they both have the same face mask on their helmet. And the reason they do that is the mask it looks a lot like 808 on the bottom part of the mask, the way the bars line up. And both of them said that they chose that face mask because it looks a lot like 808, which is the area code for Hawaii.
Whoa. Pretty cool. If only Tua could throw a touchdown.
Well, anyway. So we're on a 2-game winning streak. I've seen a couple pages be like, Dolphins going to the playoffs? No, they're not.
No, but you guys might catch a few more wins.
Listen, we will. I mean, we have the Saints and then the Jets and then it gets on the Bengals with maybe Joe Burrow still out.
No, he's definitely coming back.
By then, you think?
I think he's going to be back. They're saying possibly by next week.
Well, we'll see. Anyway, all I want, this is for me, what would be a positive season if we can get into what is usually called the in the hunt column, although last night it was called What? Who does it? ESPN? Yeah, ESPN does the Monday night game, and ESPN had the graphic up, and they called it the sniffing around column. Which what the hell?
So in the hunt. So technically, there's how many teams that are in like the playoff picture? 7. Okay, and then there's 3 that are in the hunt to make the playoffs. So I did a double take, but I was like sniffing around, and you go, what? I go, they're saying it's sniffing around.
Sniffing around the old playoffs.
Yeah, because the Chiefs are sniffing around. That's how they said it. I was like, why are we saying anyone's sniffing anything?
It was weird.
Sniffing around.
Typically, it's in the hunt column, and I always feel positive if my team can at least be sniffing around.
Stop it, please. Please stop.
So if the Dolphins can start sniffing, which I don't think Dolphins sniff because they're underwater.
They're the worst.
Why do you hate dolphins so much?
I've always hated dolphins.
That's such a weird take.
This about
I know,
me.
but everyone loves dolphins.
No, they don't.
Whatever. Anyway, so that was pretty much it. I mean, we won some games. We might win a couple more, and we'll see. I mean, everyone's still saying that McDaniel's probably going to be around, and I watched again their post game. He was fired up. The team was fired up. I think if anything, if we were betting people, which apparently Des and I are, it would be who's going to be around next year, McDaniel or Tua. I think the most likely is that they're actually both going to still be around because we also paid Tua an ungodly amount of money.
Yeah.
But if one of them were to not be there, I think it's Tua over McDaniel. So we'll see what happens. But right now, Des and I both have bye weeks next week.
Dude, we're sitting in the winner's warehouse. On a bye. Yeah, dude. You can't say either of us are going to lose next week because we can't. That's actually it's an impossible thing to happen. So
unless something happens with like an injury, and then it will feel like a loss.
Hang on now.
For the Dolphins. I truly was thinking that for the Dolphins.
Okay. Yeah. So moving right along, hey guys, don't forget, comment on Spotify, YouTube, and leave us reviews on Apple, please.
Yeah, it's slowing down a little bit, but that's totally fine.
We got distracted this week, so I understand.
Yeah, everyone had a little bit of a break. That's fine. Yes. We all had our break. Now let's step it up.
We're back in biz.
Comments, rates, reviews.
Yes.
Do you want to read this comment?
Yeah, from Danger.
Cool name.
Whoa, I'm
name
spooked
on
out
Spotify.
Already, Danger. First of all, I just want to say I love that the podcast and episodes. You guys are really funny people that I can relate to, and I think a lot of other people can too. So you hate kids too. I love it, Danger.
No, Zara's the best.
Okay, second of all, I just want to ask, would you guys be willing to sometime rate every town or kind of something like that in Colorado? Love you guys. What does that mean?
I think he wants us, whoever, Danger wants us to rate like the towns in Colorado.
Oh man, here's the thing though about Colorado, it's changed so much since I left.
100%.
So every time I'm back, I get asked a lot on Dummies. They're like, hey, do you have Rex? Well, a lot of people think I live in Colorado, but they're like, Rex for bars, or where's a good place to catch a game, or towns. And it's so different now that we're back. So
I don't feel like a local anymore.
No, I don't even know if I could rate the towns besides where I'm from.
Yeah.
I grew up in Superior, Colorado.
What's Superior like?
10 out of 10, baby.
Cool.
You know what's really sad? Remember that?
No, don't. Oh, God.
Okay, no, it's fine. No.
Okay.
I was going to talk about the big Marshall fires. That's what I was going to talk about. Yeah. That's where my town is located. So whenever people are like, where is it? I typically say that, and they're like, oh, okay. But everyone's fine, though. How about you, Drew?
Inglewood was where I grew up, but also Lakewood.
Which is crazy because there's an Inglewood in California.
So if people want to know...
No. What?
I was just going to say, Inglewood, Colorado is the exact opposite of Inglewood, California.
Oh, yeah.
In spelling and everything else. But, I mean, whatever. It was like a nice suburban town. I loved where I grew up. Another place I'd rate for sure, Greeley, Colorado.
Oh, you know what, Danger? 10 out of 10. 0 out of 10. No. 10 out of 10. Not a bomb. It's a bomb diggity.
It's not. The place
It's
sucks.
not. Listen, Greeley.
Not a good place.
We visited recently because that's where we went to college, right? Yada yada. So we went to like all the bars that we used to, and one of the bars that we used to always love to go to, Roma. They had bazookas, guys. What bazookas are? Boom. That's what Drew meant by the bomb. Is there were these giant beer steins that you see in like Germany. But Roma for $8 back in the day.
God, that's crazy.
Literally would do Long Island iced teas in these 32-ounce bazooka jugs, right? So that's where you would go to in college.
And especially because Des and I were both in the acting program, so there were a lot of shows we would have to go see. And so or get to. So the thing was, you would go to Roma and you would have to pound 2 bazookas.
It's pretty insane.
Before you went to the show.
Insane.
And let me tell you what, the shows were probably great anyway, but they're awesome after 2 bazookas.
And even coming back recently, they now do the bazookas to go. Which is like, thank God they didn't. We would have died in college. Absolutely not. So, agree with Colorado, 10 out of 10. So, let's get into the league cash up, baby. You want to talk about Jets Patriots real quick Thursday night?
Yeah, I just hit my elbow on the wall.
Okay.
I've been there. Clumsy. See?
We're in studio, baby.
Studio. So, Jets Patriots, we put some money on this game. None of us won because...
No, you did. I only bet last night.
Oh, I put some money on this game. I didn't win.
Because he has an addiction.
No, I don't. I can
You
stop whenever I want.
You can stop whenever you want.
I just don't want to. Whatever. The main thing I want to talk about, because they're in my division, the Patriots. I mean, both those teams are the Jets and the Patriots, but no one cares about the Jets. The Patriots look good. And more than the Patriots, Drake May looks like the second coming of Tom Brady. And I hate that the Patriots have done that over and over again. But what I found, really interesting stat I found, is second-year QBs to start the season with 11 straight 200-plus passing yard games. There's 3 of them. Dan Marino, GOAT. Patrick Mahomes, GOAT.
Yeah, he is. GOAT.
Drake May.
No way.
Those are the only 3 players in their second year to start with 11 straight 200 passing yard games. Guess what happened to Patrick Mahomes and Dan Marino those years that they did that? They won the MVP.
Okay, so you know what's so interesting? I feel like I haven't really heard Drake May up there.
No.
I've heard Jonathan Taylor, which is crazy for a running back.
Well, Saquon did it last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Well, offensive player.
What? No, Saquon was MVP of the league last year.
Oh, he did? Well, MVP of the bowl. Isn't you can only get MVP of the Super Bowl?
No, MVP of the league is a thing.
Oh.
So, that happened.
I didn't know that. I thought you only got MVP.
No, there's the MVP of the Super Bowl, but then they'll go back and do MVP of the
we got
league.
MVP and OPOY?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I know. So anyway, I think that's... But yes, like Des was saying, there haven't been until kind of recently whispers of Drake May getting MVP talk. So that's great because they're in my division.
Well,
and now I have to deal with Josh Allen and Drake May.
Drake May.
So that's...
And Tua, baby, but not Justin Fields because he was benched.
Yeah, quick side note. After the game, Justin Fields was benched for their backup, Tyrod Taylor. Guy's still hanging around the league, apparently.
I don't know who he is.
He used to play for the Bills for a long time.
Someone's going to get angry that I said that. I already know it. It's fine. But I do want to do a shout out to the 2024 draft class. So, huge quarterback draft class last year. I mean, Michael Penix Jr., Drake May, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix.
Jaden Daniels,
thank you. But 3 quarterbacks are really standing out this year. And I do think if Jaden Daniels didn't get injured, he'd be in this talk 100%. As well. Nix, Drake May, and Caleb Williams are combined 25-1 in the last 8 weeks. Okay.
That's crazy.
So Nix and both Drake May have not lost 8 of their last games. So they are 8-0 right now. The Broncos and Patriots are 8-0. Nix has had 2,028 total yards, while Drake May has had 2,249 yards. So Drake May has 200 more yards than Bo Nix, which you think about the way that people are talking about Drake May versus Bo Nix, you would think it's astronomically more
well, and some yards. Of the duds that Bo Nix has had, like the fact that he's still there.
It's because he balls out. He has flashes of great games and then duds. It's whatever. So both Nix and May are both tied for 16 total touchdowns right now. So they are just right there together, and the narratives around both of them could not be more drastically different. But Caleb Williams, got to give him a shout out. He is 7-1, so he's won 7 out of his last 8 games. He's at 2,099 yards, so has 60 more yards than Bo Nix, and he has 13 total touchdowns, so only 3 less. So Caleb Williams is having his time too. It's crazy. The Bears are 7-3 right now. So just shout out to the 2024 draft class. I'm so happy my quarterback's in that. So obviously I had to bring it back to the Broncos in every way I can right now. But I think those are pretty interesting stats.
Yeah. So we want to jump right into the next game?
Yeah.
Bengals Steelers. Nothing interesting happened in that game. Except, we'll start with the less interesting, but also very interesting. Aaron Rodgers broke his little pawpaw.
Because if you see replay, we're not laughing at injuries, but if you see when he does it, he's holding his hand, and all I
That's
could
why
think of
I
is
said it.
dog holding his paw.
He's just a little up.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. Continue.
But I will say, we have all our feelings about Aaron Rodgers. It was pretty tough. I mean, he broke his arm, or his wrist, sorry.
Slight break
in his left wrist, which is his non-throwing hand.
So, interesting.
So, Tomlin came out today, said that he will not require surgery, which is big news. And everyone's saying there might be a way where they get a brace on it, and he might play. So, that's super interesting.
Yeah.
But the other thing, well, first of all, the Steelers won 34-12.
I know.
But that's not what happened. That's not the crazy thing that happened.
That's not the crazy thing.
We had, for the second time this year, a little Spitgate situation.
Spitgate. You guys remember the first time that was week 1 with the Eagles?
Yeah.
The game didn't even start yet.
Nope.
He just wanted to spit.
And then a push, and then an ejection.
Yes.
And what has happened in both of these games is a player has spat. So a player, Jalen Ramsey and Jamar Chase got into it. In real time, it appeared that Jalen Ramsey punched Jamar Chase. Yeah, on the Steelers, cornerback for the Steelers, punched Jamar Chase, wide receiver for the Bengals, out of nowhere. And we even got the update on our phone. Jalen Ramsey has been ejected for punching Jamar Chase. We're like,
what?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Then slowly they get a little coming out. It would appear Jamar Chase
spit on him first.
Spit all up on Jalen Ramsey.
It's just like Dak Prescott all over again.
I know.
Spitting? I didn't spit.
That's the other thing.
Spitgate.
So, what did Jamar Chase say after the game?
I didn't spit.
I never spit. I've never spit on anybody.
He said I didn't open my mouth towards him.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that's a very interesting, a peculiar way of saying something.
And I don't know how many of you have spit out there, but you don't need to open your mouth a lot to spit. So maybe he was telling the truth.
If we're looking, you know what? We should be lawyers. We should be lawyers. You know what? He said he didn't open his mouth this way, but you don't have to open. If you see right here, and I could use you as the dummy, and I'd be like, Drew, spit for me, and your mouth would be looking that way, and you'd spit this way. And I'd be like, as you can see, Drew just spit this way without even looking that way.
So Rainbow Road, we love doing bits, and we love to do it for the bit. Do you know how close I was to spitting on this floor?
I would have kicked you out. Kicked you out. We would have been in the podcast.
But the bit, it would have been so good for the bit.
You know what? I think I should be a lawyer.
Okay. So anyway, all of the camera angles would suggest that Jamar Chase is a liar and clearly hawked a loogie.
Well, he was a liar. He's suspended. He is
Yeah.
suspended 1 game. So Jalen Ramsey ejected, fined $500,000. They go back. They watch the tapes as any good lawyer would do. I said, hey guys, watch the tape. Des lawyer on the case.
So you're the lawyer for Jalen Ramsey?
Sure.
Or the NFL?
I'm the lawyer. I'm the lawyer.
She's just the
lawyer.
I'm
the lawyer. I am the law and the lawyer. And I come in and I say, something's fishy over here. And then we look and Jamar Chase did in fact spitgate all over
like
again.
A big one. Way more than Dak Prescott.
Oh,
this
yeah.
was like on Jalen Ramsey. You could see the white. You could see it was a loogie.
It was bad. So what's interesting about you being like, oh, I don't know if Burrow's going to be back. He's either going to be back this upcoming week or next week. He's coming back soon. And the Bengals, they're pretty much dead in the water. But who knows? Anything can happen, right? But they're playing the Patriots next. Like, dude, now you're missing your star wide receiver against the Patriots if Joe Burrow's coming back, which TBD. Brutal for the Bengals.
Brutal
for the Bengals.
The Bengals were this close to sniffing around.
And yet, now they're not even...
They're just spitting around. This is the kind of quality content you're going to get week after week.
He'll be here for the rest of the season. All right, Ravens, Browns, baby.
I mean, the biggest thing here that I want to talk about, and we should all talk about, Shedeur Sanders finally got to play in the NFL.
Dude, finally.
I wrote, got his first NFL start. That's not real. He didn't start, but he played. He got his first snaps.
Yes.
What I think is insane. I mean, Shedeur had a really rough outing. I think he was like 4 for 16 for like less than 100 yards, threw an interception, sacked twice. What's crazy is Wyatt Teller, the guard for the Browns, was interviewed after the game, and he said this. I think I've heard his cadence like 2 or 3 times. I think going out of halftime, we all got on the line, and he said his cadence, and we kind of got through it. Again, a lot of learning, but he played his heart out. We just fell short. And then Stefanski, the head coach for the Browns, confirmed that the second half was Sanders' first snaps with the starting offense since he was drafted.
So, for the uninitiated, basically what Drew just said, that Shedeur has basically never practiced with the offensive line, which he needs to in order to have a good game. So everyone hating on Shedeur right now for having an awful game. The Browns coaching staff is not letting Shedeur practice with the starting line. That's insane.
But not even the starting line, the whole starting offense. So the receivers, the running backs, he's not playing with the starting offense. And for people that are like, well, Shedeur wasn't the starting QB. He was QB2, and as far as I know, every QB2 will get a few snaps with the offense in case, a player gets hurt, which never happens in the NFL. Just kidding, it happens all the freaking time. So you have to have your backup quarterback get some snaps with the offense in case what happens. And the fact that he didn't is insane. And I also saw another still of one of the possessions for the Browns. There was a moment where there were 3 offensive linemen for the Browns blocking 1 player for the Ravens, which means there are only 2 or 3 other offensive linemen trying to block the other 4 to 5 guys. And that was like a play that they drew up. Like they're setting him up for so much failure, and I will never understand it, and I don't get it, and it sucks. So we'll see. Dylan Gabriel's was out with a concussion. We should say that. And so it's TBD if he'll play next week.
Sure, we'll play.
Because, if he doesn't, though, he'll start, and we'll see.
Then we might actually see, 1 week of practice with Shedeur with the starting offense, which is just bonkers. And who knows? We'll see. But we are invested because we are from Colorado. And
go Buffs.
Go Buffs. So, and last but not least, just Cowboys Raiders. We finally got home last night, like an hour or so prior to Monday Night Football. Cowboys versus Raiders. God, the Raiders.
They're so bad.
They're so bad. That is my biggest takeaway from this game. They're just so bad. And I sort of feel bad for Pete Carroll because, is this, did he leave the Seahawks? I don't want to say on a high note, but is this absolutely tarnishing his legacy? I don't know the answer to that.
I don't either. I mean, the other, actually, to go back to the Broncos, I know that a lot of people were saying Russell Wilson, at one point when he came to the Broncos, people were almost guaranteeing he was a Hall of Fame quarterback. I don't know if people think of him that way anymore.
No, absolutely not.
And the same thing. I mean, this is one season with the Raiders. It on paper, is not a good team.
Yeah.
Geno Smith looks awful.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Also, Geno Smith a couple years ago or last year with the Seahawks, everyone was like, oh my God, Geno Smith is phenomenal. Look at him with the Seahawks. And now he looks like garbage poo-poo.
Yeah, so I think garbage poo-poo.
I thought we were just going to gloss right over it. You were trucking along.
Slowly
and it landed. I saw it.
So I actually think you're right. I think Geno Smith is the one that's really going to be losing out on this season. I think they're going to move away from him after this, but Pete Carroll's staying. So, I obviously am not rooting for the Raiders to get good. It's just,
right.
I love a good narrative and a storyline, and it's not looking good over there.
And speaking of storylines, I think, again, Ashton Genty is still I think he's a beast. I think he's phenomenal, but they're wasting his first year.
I feel so bad.
I do too.
I'm such a stan for Ashton Genty, and I don't even know why. I think because I studied a little bit about him during, when we were trying to figure out who we were going to draft, and he was one of our huge potentials. So seeing him just really not doing well over there. Makes my little heart break.
But I mean, the Raiders had a chance to get a top 5 pick, which they did. They picked Genty as opposed to going for a quarterback. And I think they're going to have a top 5 pick, I would imagine, this year.
Yeah.
You have to get a quarterback.
Oh, you have
to get a quarterback.
They're moving on. Let's get into our Drew and Dez's dumb money bets, because that's such a great name for this segment, because we're so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
We're so bad at this.
We're really bad at betting.
We bet Monday night. So 3-leg parlay, I have to have all 3 of these things happen, right? I said my ex, Javonte, would have a touchdown. He's been getting a touchdown literally every single game. CeeDee Lamb to get a touchdown. He did. Geno Smith, he's not going to throw over 230 yards. So I got 2 out of those 3 because Javonte was like, you know what? I'm going to break your heart again, and you're going to continue to lose money, Des. That's how my parlay went. How'd yours go?
Also bad. Again, because I'm like, oh, cool, let's go crazy. I think I did like a 5 or 6
You
leg
did
parlay.
5 or 6. I turned to you and I said, Drew, stop this. Also, I think $10 you would have won 90.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, and I did 3. $10 would have won 80. So
Go
it's
big
like,
or go home.
No, okay, cool.
So I also was hoping that Javonte would get a touchdown. He did not. I had big hopes for my boy Genty rushing over like 76 yards. Didn't do that.
No.
Rushing a touchdown. Didn't do that.
I think he got 7 rushing yards.
Yeah, it was
So bad.
brutal. I thought the other Raiders would do poorly, so I bet that Geno Smith would throw a pick, which he did. That was the only thing I got right. And then I was going let's do some unders. So I had Lockett, their receiver for the Raiders, go under like 35 yards, and he had like 52. So I didn't do well.
But you know what? We are 0 for 3 since starting talking about this. Like,
Yes,
we've
we
been
are.
betting, but now we're just sharing our bets. So at some point, the table must turn.
It has to.
The 17th century board game must turn. So we'll be betting again. We're going to post it on Instagram. If you guys don't follow us on Instagram, go follow us there, because you'll see our money bets and also probably see us go live every now and then.
Yep.
And last but not least, let's get into our primetime picks, baby.
Dude, so Des is beating me.
Yes, I am.
This record is not correct.
What did we say it was?
I think I'm 5-4.
Yeah, I'm 6-3.
You're 6-3. So Des is 6-3. I'm 5-4. And so we're doing the primetime game. So first up, we have Bills at Texans. Bills are 7-3 after having a 2-game losing streak. They got back in the win column. Really great game against the Bucs on Sunday. And the Texans are 5-5. They're sniffing around.
They're sniffing.
They're trying to sniff.
They're sniffing.
So
at home.
At home, Texans have a great defense, and that's about it right now. So
Yeah, go ahead and write it.
I know what I think is going to happen.
I think this is the one that we're going to have different answers for. So
Really?
I know. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That's crazy, Dezel.
I know,
That's
guys.
an insane thing.
But
I'm doing
it for the drama.
Are you really?
Well, no.
You actually think they might win?
I put up Texans. Drew put up Bills.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Bills, Texans.
I think the Texans will have a shot. They are 5-5. They are the best defense. They're, if not top 3, they're better than the Broncos. Like, as far as like, if you actually just look at the stats, the sacks is what make the Broncos look so good and like so juicy to talk about. But the Texans actually are in the top as far as defense. Josh Allen, he's been having flashes in the pan. Last week, he had an amazing game. And I don't know. I think going into Houston, I don't know. There's something about this that I think the Bills will fall short.
Wow.
I don't feel confident about this.
Okay.
All these primetime games, I'm not sure.
Sure.
So I just thought, you know what? Why not? Let's go with the home team for the Texans.
All right.
We'll see. I don't feel confident about it, but
I mean, my real quick analysis is that I also agree the Bills have had some tough games, but this last game against the Bucs was just like prime Josh Allen, MVP Josh Allen, crushing it Josh Allen, and I think they've got some fire back in their pants, which is what they say. So
I got fire in my pants. Okay, second game.
Sunday night. Bucks at Rams. Bucks are 6-4. They've had some tough losses as of late.
I know. I mean, like such as the one you just spoke about, the Bills.
Rams are 8-2, and I don't feel good about this pick, but we'll see.
Okay.
What you got? You ready?
3, 2, 1. Yes!
Oh, we are going.
We're going opposite.
All
He's
right.
got the Bucks. I got the Rams.
Yep.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm doing this for the drama and also to kind of keep our narrative going, I picked the Bucs to be one of the NFC teams that might be in the Super Bowl at the beginning of the season. I love
Baker Mayfield.
And so I just want him to ball out. I want him to have a revenge game. He's still playing really well, even in some of these losses. And I just think, the Rams look insane. Stafford looks insane, but sometimes it's got to give. So I'm holding out hope for my Buck boys.
I said the Rams, gotta be honest, they're gonna be at home. They're 8-2. Right now, the Rams are number 1 in the NFL power rankings, and we all know I only agree with these power rankings when they're right, and they are right because they listed Broncos as number 5 in power rankings.
Which
and you'd be shocked if I believe that, huh?
Which NFL or ESPN or NFL Network?
NFL Network. Okay, so they had Rams number 1, Colts number 2, Eagles 3, Seahawks 4, Broncos 5.
Dolphins probably like
I don't even know if they listed them, to be fair.
Okay.
So, yeah, I do believe with them this week. And, yeah, I would put Broncos at 5. I don't think they're, granted, best record in the league. Mm-hmm. But I think if we just need to destroy a couple of teams for people to be really like, oh, they're number 1. Yeah. But Rams are looking nice and juicy, and that's why I chose them.
Great.
Okay, Monday night.
Last game, Monday night. Panthers at Niners. Panthers are 6-5. Had a crazy OT win against the Falcons this weekend. Shout out my boy Jason, who I work with. He's a big Falcons fan, and he's not having a good season. So sorry, Jason.
Michael Penix is out.
And Drake London, I think, are both out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not good.
Not good.
Niners are 7-4. They have a great record, but I still feel like people are still not super in or out on them because they're 7-4 and injuries galore on the Niners. Mm-hmm. So
Monday night, 6-5 Panthers, 7-4 Niners. We got it in 3, 2, and 1. We both got Niners, so that's good.
I really wanted to pick the Panthers. I think they're sniffing around and they've got some good stuff. But I'm just gonna go. I trust the Niners more, and they're at home.
Are you typing while trying to talk?
No, I saw a random things on the thing. I don't know.
Oh my god. Okay,
I see what happened. Go ahead.
I chose the Niners because going with Drew's narrative of choosing the Bucks, the Niners were one of the teams that I wanted. Mm-hmm. But you also have to remember Kyle Shanahan, what he's doing with his team, with all his key players missing. They're all injured, and somehow they're getting the 7-4 record. It's pretty unreal. So Fred Warner, my baby Fred Warner is out, right? Well, that's one of many. But I just think what they have going on with a lot of their second string players is pretty impressive. Mm-hmm. So I think they're a team that you got to be a little bit scared of. So I have the Niners.
All right.
I know.
Well, so we got some big tea. There could be big shifts in Des&Drew's records after this week because we picked.
Not really. It's one of us. Okay. Yeah, I guess I could go for...
Because we have the last 2 weeks we've done this, we've only had one opposite pick. And because we have 2 opposite picks, we'll see what happens.
Oh my gosh. Well, all that being said, I want to say thank you, Sportsballers. Mm-hmm. I know we don't have all Broncos fans that listen, and as someone commented, they said they're a Bills fan, Bills Mafia. So I just want to thank you guys for letting us go on and on about our experience in Denver, our time in Denver. We had the time of our life. Drew cried. I cried. No, I didn't. I was actually truly in shock. But it was such a good time. I'm happy to be back in LA. I'm just stoked to be going into this bye week where we are right now.
And I want to again thank the Sportsballers for being patient with us the last couple of weeks because we've been doing a lot of new things that we don't know how to do with like online, like Zoom, virtual meetings. Des is giving me a face that I shouldn't be saying this.
No, you can say this. You should be patient with us, Sportsballers.
Why are you so mad at everybody?
I don't know.
Why do you
I'm feeling very combative. There was a fan at the Broncos game. I'm not going to go into the whole story, but she was a Chiefs fan.
She sucked. No,
she
get combative.
Sucked so bad, and she just was trying to egg everyone on. And I think I need to get into a fight, a physical fist fight. You know how when men get mad at each other and they have a fight and then they're best friends?
Like that New Girl episode we watched?
Yeah. I think I really just need to throw a couple punches. I think there's something building in me. And that's what happens when you're on social media, because everyone is just like comes at you, and I can't do anything because I gotta save face, but I don't have to save your face. Pa-pow! She got him.
No, and I think what I was gonna say when you were going down this road is I was like, just if you're looking at like stats, you look at the amount of people Des is around the most amount of time, it's me. And so more often than not, I'm going to be the one that Des punches.
I thought you were going to say it's because you're the one making me angry. And I was like, yeah, so I have so much anger.
I actually have, this is a good way to end it. I have a really good idea. So tomorrow, my birthday's in a couple weeks, but it's on Thanksgiving and everyone's around. So tomorrow we're celebrating my birthday. And one of the things we're doing is we're going to go to a pop punk rock show. Shout out Hot Mulligan, one of my favorite bands. They do a lot of mosh pitting at those shows. I think you need to get into the mosh pit for even 30 seconds, and you're going to get all your anger out, and you're going to have a blast. You're going to see how nice people are in the mosh pit. And if there's little pieces of shit in the mosh pit, all the other people are like, get this asshole out of here. So if there's one of those assholes, you and all the other people can get all at him. I think you should go into the mosh pit tomorrow.
Mosh pits scare the shit out of me.
I think you should go in one. I'm gonna go. Perry's
I know you're gonna go, but I mean, I've been with Drew to a couple of these stupid mosh pit shows, and I'm going for his birthday because I'm such a good friend.
And thank you very much. That means a lot.
Yeah, I know. And I'm short, guys. I'm like barely touching 5'2". So at concerts, the entire concert is a mosh pit for me because I can't see anything.
That's a good point.
They're pushing me around. I can't see anything. So why would I want to escalate that times 5 in an actual mosh pit?
Because that's where you get all your anger out. And
is that why you're not angry? You're angry.
I'm angry.
You're angry.
I know. I haven't been in a mosh pit.
Remember that Chiefs fan I mentioned briefly? Drew talked shit to her, so
she deserved it.
She did deserve
and
it.
All I did, to be fair, I had gotten a couple brewskis and I was walking back, and it was right after there was a holding penalty on the Chiefs, and so she was yelling at everybody, and everyone was like, cool, man, but like, she was just not taking no for an answer. So what happens when you get a holding call? You back it up. They have to back it up. The Chiefs have to back it up. So I said, back it up, back it up. And then I was really close to the lady, and I might have made sure that I got a lot closer to her face. Not at her face, but just closer to her, and screamed a lot louder. Exactly, Breck. Back it up.
And then Spitgate.
I did not spit on the woman.
Good was ejected, fined $500,000.
The girl in front of the burning house.
But Drew is right. There's a lot of good cop, bad cop in this relationship. Yes, thank you, Sportzballers, as we are navigating. It's still our first season.
Yeah, this
what
is
the
insane.
hell are we doing?
We
don't
one
know.
episode. This is our 19th episode.
I know. We still don't know how to speak into mics. So
or finish reading stats.
Oh yeah, that's the next thing I'll work on for next episode. Is when I write down something, I should read the entire sentence.
Yes.
So we're working on that. So all that being said, we're going to the bye week winners warehouse.
Yeah.
Stoked, living on a dream.
I will say, we just keep being like, also, we have to stop this podcast.
Yeah, we must stop.
I know. Because we spent so much time on the Broncos this week, next week, both of us are coming off of buys. So we'll maybe, if there's baby news that happens about our teams, but it'll be League Catch-Up. Oh, that's going to be our episode.
Dang.
Next week is
we're
the
making
League
it up to you
Catch-Up
guys.
episode.
League Catch-Up, baby. So
anyway, thank you, Sportsballers. You all are great. Happy birthday, Zara.
What if she's gonna listen to
I really hope she does.
She's gonna be like, wow, that man so nice.
Why was that lady so mean to me?
Why is that lady so angry at me? Oh, we gotta go.
What if she was a Broncos fan? What if this is her little turning point and she's like, that guy's nice, he's a Dolphins fan, and I turn Zara. It's
like, how did you become a Dolphins fan? Well, this woman on a podcast talked shit about me, and she was a Broncos fan, and I was 7 years old, so I became a Dolphins.
Zara, join the dark side. And on that note,
go
Broncfins!
I'm so sorry, Zara. Happy birthday.
Caught the biggest stray of her life for no reason.
It's so bad. What if she listens?
You gave her mom the card.
Well, I'm not even talking about Zara listening. I'm talking
the
about the mom. Why would a 7-year-old listen to us talk about these things?